Thank you so much for joining me today on Everyday Lutheran. In today's Bible study, we are going to continue our study of the book of Exodus, starting with chapter 13 and going to chapter 18, the Red Sea to Sinai. The Hebrew people had taken everything that they could from the land of Egypt, and many of the Egyptians had given them so much gold, so much wealth, so many possessions in order to just simply get them out of Egypt. Please go so that the plagues may stop. As they departed, they rushed into the wilderness. And it was here in the wilderness that they found themselves going, where are we going to go next? And they rushed to the shores of the Red Sea. But here at the shores of the Red Sea, the Hebrew people wondered, well, where are we supposed to go now? We have no boats. We have no way to travel here. It was at this time Pharaoh, realizing all that the Hebrew people had done, wanted the Hebrew people back as slaves. And so he rallied his army and summoned them to go forth and capture the Hebrew people once again to bring them back. But it was here on the shores of the Red Sea, that God fought for the Hebrew people. The Hebrew people did not need to fight. God himself fought for them against the Egyptians. Yet still, the Hebrew people had nowhere to go. How would they find a way to escape? Moses lifts up his staff and God parts the Red Sea so that the people may walk on dry land. But as the Hebrew people cross the Red Sea, God allows the Egyptian army to go after them. Yet as the Egyptian army enters into the Red Sea and the Hebrew people go on to dry land on the other side of the Red Sea, God brings the waters and crushes the Egyptian army and causes much of them to be destroyed and drowned. Here, in the freedom of the wilderness, on the other side, and being saved by God, the Hebrew people celebrate with song. They sing the song of Moses. They sing the song of Miriam, Moses' sister, of all that they have done for them, and they give thanks and praise to God for giving them to them. But now, where are they to go? Now they have their freedom, but they have no place to call home. Where are they to sleep? Where are they to eat? Where are they to be a people? God provides for the people by having bread given to the people. A manna that looks like dew, a flaky substance in which they are able to go out every day and gather together, and it's nourishment, and it's sweet as honey, and it's amazing and delicious. There's another account in which the people are wondering, where are they going to get water to drink? And so Moses strikes a rock, and from that rock, water pours forth. God continually takes care of the people and ensures them that the people may rest and be comforted during this time. Yet when we talk about this, we also need to think about how many. How many people are we talking about? As the nation left Egypt, we're talking about several 100,000 men and women and children, and their livestock, and their own possessions. We're talking about an entire nation of people moving and migrating across a land. It's something that is taken notice of by those who already lived in the land. One person in particular, Amalek, notices the people and sees, there's a lot of riches there. There's a lot of animals. And I could even have some slaves from this. And so Amalek attacks the Hebrew people, wanting those riches, wanting those animals, and wanting the spoils of war for himself. Moses by this time is already an old man. and unfit for the battlefield. And so Joshua is selected to become the leader of the military and fight. Moses is still sought, though, to be the man who rallies the people. And so in order to give strength and passion to the people, he lifts up his hands, and it's only when he's lifting up his hands that the Hebrew people are able to win in victory against Amalek. But as the battle goes on, it's so heavy, it's so hard to hold up your hand, and his hands begin to falter. And so do the warriors, and they begin to lose. And so others rally around Moses, lifting up his hands and reminding the warriors that you are not alone and you shall prevail. And they become successful. Moses builds an altar in celebration of their victory in battle, offering sacrifice to God and giving thanks for all that God has done to bring victory to the Hebrew people, to care for them and provide for them safety and security, that they are still free. In the midst of this journey, Moses becomes overwhelmed by it all. So many people are in need. So many people are having disputes and wanting advice and wanting to know that God is with them, still caring for them. And they turn to Moses, and it becomes so much that people line up around the ends just to be able to talk to Moses and bring their worries, even if they're small. Finally, at last, they make it to the land of Midian, where they meet Jethro, the high priest of Midian, and Moses' father-in-law. He sits down and talks to him. Jethro knew all what God had done through Moses. How much of an impact God had had upon the people. How much of a strain, though, it had had upon Moses. And he sits down and talks to him and says, "Tell me about it." Moses shares how much of a burden this is on his own heart and his own mind, and how it is he's burning himself through and through. Jethro gives him some advice. You need to divide up the people. Divide them up into groups of 1,000 and place a leader over them. Divide that group then into groups of 100 and place a leader over them. Divide that group up into 50 and place a leader over them. Each of these layers would enable the people to take care of themselves, and truly for the big things that need to be addressed, then Moses can be consulted and then consult to God. But the people need to be able to take care of themselves. They need to be able to know God is in the midst of their small groups. Sometimes we need that reminder that we need to gather together as we are today to hear God's word and to dive deep into it. So thank you so much for joining us today. I invite you that if you enjoyed this message, to please like and share this message so that others may hear it as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's free and you will be notified every time I upload a new video.